lost him.
What? Now you fucking...
Oh, shut up and get some of your boys to take care of it. Don't file the arrest report. Don't kill him either. Send both to me.
Hey, remember who you're talking to, you son.
Listen, you fuck. It's your job to clean up this city's mess. That's what you get paid for.
Shit.
Okay, pull over here.
But it's another block or two to my apartment.
Just shut up and stick with me if you want to stay alive.
Welcome back to Let's Play Manhunt. We're playing hero to a hapless individual once again. She'll behave very much like the tramp, except for that last note there. She gets too far behind, she will run screaming right for you.
Okay, just don't leave me behind.
That can be a bit of a problem. And we're going to have to hide all the bodies that we create. That can be a further problem. Maybe this machine will lighten our burden somehow. Nope, just makes a horrible sound. Ah, that might be enough. There's our first police officer added to our body count. I think this is an obscure enough area that we won't have to hide that body.
Okay, if you think it's safe.
The reporter doesn't mind seeing it lying there.
If you hear me scream, you better come back for me, okay?
Hey, you okay down there? Hey!
It's worth noting that the reporter cannot make any sounds that can be picked up by the other hunters, so we only have to hide her from sight. We're also going to have to hide this body from sight. It's a little out in the open right now. Gotcha something. We're gonna scout ahead. Wouldn't want to drag her right into more danger. And there is a lot of danger out here.
Problem in this country. We leave them to breed on the streets and then we get in trouble. Damn, this is like the beginning of some horror movie.
Officer Genre Savvy here has volunteered to be our first victim. Luckily not bringing anyone with him. Now we got a chance to play with the nightstick that the cops all carry with them. Just need a subject to use it on.
Give me a hand over here. I think I found something.
You can see there's a lot of cops down that way.
Think about giving it all up.
They like to send a scout ahead, though.
You're on borrowed time, punk.
Ignore the blood stain next to the crowbar, please. An unfortunately familiar execution taken from the blackjack. That guy already had his gun drawn, so fuck hiding bodies at this point. If any of that first group had found a body, they would have drawn their guns, but
I don't like the looks of this.
everyone from here on out has their guns already.
Oh, now we're talking serious psycho bastard.
Since they've all got guns, we're gonna need one too. You knew it was gonna happen eventually. The remaining officers will not leave their roadblock position, so we're gonna have to come to them. I'm gonna attempt a Kansas City shuffle, make them all look left while I go right.
You're too obvious, man. Sure as hell ain't a ninja.
Looks like it might have worked if it hadn't been interrupted by the reporter freaking out. We're definitely not going to want to be mid-gunfight when she comes running for us.
I told you not to leave me alone.
So we're going to have to reposition her.
Shit, I don't like this.
This is actually a pretty good hiding spot. Nice and shadowy. But it's pretty far away from anything useful.
Boy, am I gonna get drunk later.
We've got the romantic video store over here. It's like the opposite of our videos.
Come on, Cash, I believe in you. Okay, but you better not bug out on me.
And that was probably the least manhunt moment in the entire game. Going to have to counteract it with a serious shootout with these remaining police officers. Trying to get their attention, but they are pretty far away. Out of earshot and out of gunshot.
You're giving yourself away, you stupid retard. You want to take me? Well, come on! Here I am!
Yes, I do want to take him. Rather not give him the advantage, though. So let's line up a nice clean headshot. Come on, PS2 analog stick. No dice.
Pussies when the we're just as eager to see this thing come to a peaceful end as you are.
So we got a good old cover shootout.
Can't wait here all night. Or you won't fall asleep.
Everyone's so far away that most shots will not land. And Cash insists on shooting that guy, rather than the much closer target.
To the open and come out with your ass in the air. Dumb fuck.
Yeah, he won't auto-aim on the closer guy at all. Just another shot at a headshot. Success this time.
I'm in position, boys. Officer!
And with only one left, get to charge heedlessly. Just gather everything we're gonna want. I need the journalist to move on through there. And a crowbar to get in there. So let's go collect those things.
I'm with you, lead the way.
We've got all the equipment we need to open our presents.
Okay, keep calm. I'm gonna get through this.
We've got more painkillers and a fancy new gun, the heavy handgun.
This is turning into one fuck up a bad hair day.
I'll be
I'll get
back
the door.
soon.
My place is just up the stairs.
Come on, lady.
Should only have a short journey ahead of us, but I'm inclined to scout ahead once again.
Who's
Okay, just don't leave me behind.
And that yellow arrow on the radar justifies my concern.
I'm just about to cuddle up with the wife. I get the call.
Boys.
First subject for our new handgun.
Just here and now. Just give up.
And an empty hallway, but a lot of arrows.
Stop and give yourself up. Fall asleep, crazy asshole.
That door's not closing anytime soon, so we're gonna have to creep around it ourselves.
CCPD had to bring in. That was pretty silent.
Stinking hole! You sure there's no other way out of here?
Carefully edging around that worked out nicely. We got a glass door here. That's actually going to complicate things, but we'll see how shortly. First, let's take a better position. Now, try and get a target on them, but you can't target through the glass door. So they broke it for us.
You don't want us dragging you out of there.
Now we got them all piled up in the door frame. One of them was eager to find us.
Hey, pal. I got a bottle of bird with your name on it.
The rest are not quite so eager. So we're gonna have to take to the balcony. It's got another glass door into the apartment itself. That took care of the most prominent guard. But there's two more.
You subdue that! Street boy's got a...
That was desperately close, but pulled it out. Really should have reloaded before entering the room. Now that all's clear, take what we're gonna need. Check out her cat pictures, despite not apparently having a cat. And swap out this gun that we will never get a reload for because no one else is using it, unfortunately. Back to the old revolver. And now, back to the reporter.
Whatever you say. Hang in there, girl.
Nothing to see in the bedroom, apparently. Whatever she needs, it's not in that safe, I guess.
Everything I need is in that box under the table.
Good. Take it and get out of town.
But you're not coming with me?
I'm going to deal with Starkweather personally. Thank him for my second chance. You're my backup if I don't make it. Have a nice life.
And we're off on our own again. Godspeed, reporter. If your non-violent methods work as well as ours, then we are truly monsters. Not entirely sure why they even bother to put this ladder here, since you can just jump off the railway mere 20 feet later, but I did manage to get stuck on it, so good for them.
This is dispatch. Seal the perimeter. Snipers have been ordered to move in.
Shit! 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 We got plenty big trouble!
We better go see what's going on.
Some more cops heading up the alleyway.
You can talk to me, buddy. Come on, just tell me what's on your mind.
He tries to jump you. I'll plug him with a hollow point.
They insist on keeping each other safe, so we're gonna have to break up that partnership. Real close call on this guy's erratic movements. But we've permanently isolated the other police officer.
Find this lunatic.
And he remains willfully ignorant of his partner's corpse.
Hey! I'm on to you, asshole! Hey, guys!
Until now. It's always a good idea to deal with him safely, because he can really wreck you with that shotgun. Cops seem to have inordinately high health, so headshots are by far the best way to deal with them. We've got a vast open courtyard, And we were told there's snipers ahead. I don't know what to do, but hug the wall. There's one now. The balcony of that casino. You can use the trucks as cover to sneak around him. But we don't really need to. He's kind of laser focused. Yeah, he really doesn't want us to go that way for some reason. So let's take him out and see what he's guarding. Oh, we've been spotted, of course. Well, what he was guarding was apparently the biggest lynch mob we've ever seen. Okay, they're filing in after him. That's okay, at least. Nope, they're not all filing in.
Now I know you're here.
We didn't stand a chance. So let's try that again and make better life decisions. We're not going to shoot him from the ground floor. Gonna move inside, take him from safety. And then hopefully when the cavalcade comes in, we'll have a position to safely return fire from.
There's the punk-ass wino!
Oh, they stacked up on the door. Now they're moving in.
You didn't sleep!
That went a little better than it could have. Back here in the entranceway, we can undo all of our mistakes with those painkillers. Since the sniper doesn't mind gunfire,
Hold him down!
we can get ourselves a glass shard.
Go in there alone.
And we can even get some shotgun shells over here. Now, to deal with the sniper himself. Oh, by the way, all these machines are destructible. That one got taken out in the crossfire. There he is. He won't be much of a sniper without his eyes.
Sniper 1, please report your position.
Now we can sort of reverse engineer what happened last time. Killed the sniper, then they checked up on him, sent in reinforcements. With his rifle, we can easily dispatch these reinforcements. Now, if we stood on the edge of the platform where the sniper himself was, they'd be able to see us, and their shots would be landing, and we'd be dead. By not doing that, we can pretty safely take care of everybody. But they send in even goddamn more. They've already made it into the building, so now we're gonna have to deal with them. Bit of a mistake, but didn't cost us too much. Did alert the rest of them. Sending their own shotgunner after us. And picked up their light handgun along the way. And with a bit of luck, we got through that without taking any damage. It's actually the most difficult part of the scene. May not seem like that, but those three guys are fairly well armed, and usually they can take you out very easily. Gonna want to bring the sniper rifle, since we have this more reliable handgun. Hopefully that'll serve as a sufficient sidearm. Get a new glass shard on our way out. Light handgun is so weak it takes 2 shots to break the glass. Which is strange because I looked in the manual, it actually has a higher caliber than the revolver we've been using. Nothing back this way. It's where we came from. Here's more romantic storefronts. And I don't know what's supposed to be around here, but this way seems clear. It's even got a convenient ramp to get us over this wall and onto this fire escape, I would assume. Yep, that's where all the cops are. So it's a good thing we took the side route. Fire escape counts as shadow, but as soon as we step off it, we get shot. They lost the ability to see us pretty quickly, and the sniper is not turning around for any reason. It's gonna be his downfall. I noticed a little something while the sniper was finally going down. And they're coming after us. Can't get a clean shot on the guard's head. But because we collected the rifle from the last sniping area, we've got enough ammo to deal with all 3 of these guys. I don't really trust my accuracy, though. Trying to find some way to get the jump on them when they do pop up here. There's no good spot to hide. But the giant tire is casting a shadow. Just in time.
Show yourself, you sack of wet shit!
Look, folks, you probably think this is funny, but you're in very serious trouble.
The next guy is none too eager to join his ally. Gives us a moment to take out the guard.
We got you now, you stinking homeless psycho.
That got rid of him. That means the remaining patrolling officer has been promoted to guard duty. He's gonna head over there because absolutely no one is getting through that door until all the enforcers are dead. That's the power of the light handgun. And thank you, Tyson Tires. You made this all possible. There's another successful escape effort by our man Cash. The increased health and sheer numbers of the police officers makes this somewhat of a challenge, but frankly the previous scene was much more difficult. The escort mission we kicked the scene off with was mercifully short, and the gimmick they added to make it more difficult really didn't come into play. So that was acceptable, and we got to see the conclusion of the reporter's story, at least for the time being. Now, a note about our rankings. At this point, we're getting so many kills that As long as we throw in an execution here and there, our style rankings are always going to be 3 stars. It's virtually unavoidable at this point. In this latter half of the game, really any sort of efficient gameplay with minimal deaths is enough to get the 4 stars, and then the difficulty of that is compounded by playing on hardcore. And I will say compounded considerably. Cash's foolhardy plan to bring down Starkweather on his own is going to prove quite a challenge as we move on to the remaining scenes. At the beginning of this scene, we overheard a clandestine conversation between the director and Carcer City's chief of police. And while we didn't see him, we can learn the police chief's name from this audio clip.
So I'm sitting here reading the Liberty Tree, and it says, in nearby Carcer City, good day for law and order as Police Chief Gary Shaver was cleared of corruption charges in a controversial decision by the courts. Let's hope those missing witnesses turn up safe and sound.
Lips 106.
And a tail.
There you have it. Gary Shafer leads Carcer's corrupt police force, and it's Grand Theft Auto 3 that tells us so. This is probably just a bit of world building that the GTA series is dense with, not at all a setup for Manhunt, which followed years after Grand Theft Auto was a proven success, but it is interesting to note that Gary Shafer follows Manhunt's established naming convention. The killer he was named after is Gerard John Schaefer Jr., who was a sheriff's deputy in Marlin County, Florida. While on patrol in 1972, he kidnapped 2 teenage hitchhikers, tied them to trees deep in the woods, and threatened their lives before being interrupted by a call on his police radio. He left them in that state, vowing to return, but they escaped and reported him, earning him a 1-year sentence for aggravated assault. However, in the spring of the following year, the mangled and decomposed bodies of a different pair of teenage hitchhikers were discovered, with evidence that they too had been tied to trees and tortured, which fit Schaefer's MO well enough to obtain a warrant for his house, where they found violent, misogynistic stories he had written, and belongings from other missing girls ranging from jewelry to teeth. He was only ever convicted of killing the 2 girls whose bodies were found, but the evidence in his home and his own prison yard boasting ties him to 30 or more unsolved murders and disappearances. The stories he wrote were published in the book Killer Fiction while he was in prison, but Schaefer himself became very litigious and sued anyone who officially stated that he was a serial killer. These lawsuits were all thrown out of court, but with only 2 confirmed victims stemming from a single incident, Gerard Schaefer does not meet the technical definition of a serial killer, which requires at least 3 victims with periods of downtime between them. There was talk of seeking further convictions against Schaefer to ensure that he never left prison, but they ended when he was stabbed to death by a fellow inmate in 1995, leaving his status as a serial killer forever unresolved, but we do know that he used his position in law enforcement to end the lives he was supposed to protect.